One of the first questions people ask when start shopping for the engagement ring is how much they should spend. Today I'll try to answer this. The short answer is whatever you're comfortable with. You don't have to push yourself over the limit. I don't think you should save money for years. Just go with wherever you're comfortable. Should you finance it? In my personal opinion, no, you shouldn't. First of all, you need to understand that jewelry businesses, they are not in a financial advice business. They actually making the jewelry, and they usually trying to sell you the most expensive ring out of what you can afford. And probably if you're struggling to pay cash, they would push you to get the loan. Avoid that. If you feel like you cannot spend that much money on the engagement ring, then try to get something more affordable. If you're in a position where your fiance expecting you to get something nicer, but you don't really want to spend that much, you really should sit down and talk with her. It's a very first financial decision you're gonna go through. There's going to be way more in front of you and much bigger one as buying a house and sending kids to college and all of the things like that. So try to sit down and talk through this first financial decision together. That's going to be very helpful. And also keep in mind that if at this point you cannot really afford what is your dream ring, you probably would be able to afford it in 5 or 10 years or so. And I also should add that there is an exception for financing the ring, and that's for the guys who's very good with their finances and they can make their money work. So they're gonna make more money on what they can keep and cover the credit fees. In this case, definitely go and finance it, but you probably already know it without me. The very common question is, should I spend 2-3 months of my salary? First of all, you shouldn't. You shouldn't do anything, and if someone tells you what you should do with your money that you earned through the period of 2 or 3 months, you probably don't want to talk with this person. Spend, again, whatever you're comfortable with. The cost of the money would change through the years. And if right now $3,000 or $4,000 is a big money for you, probably in 10 years, assuming you're gonna make the right decisions right now, you're gonna go through the life with the right person, making the right decision. In 10 years from now, the $40,000-$30,000 not going to be that big of a money. So the cost of the money would change for you through the years. And then later on, that's going to be a great idea to buy something more expensive. We're all different and we want to spend different amount. I had a clients who want to spend comfortably $1,000. I also had a clients who want to spend $10,000-$15,000 per ring, and these two types of the clients also has the different goals for the ring. Someone who willing to spend $10,000-$15,000 for the ring, they know they're gonna go out. Someone would take a look at the ring. It's like a nice watch for the guy. Like you start in the conversation, someone look at your hand, and someone gonna make a few assumptions about who you are. Should he spend time with you? Should he start dealing with you? Same for the ring. It's basically equivalent of the nice watch, of the nice Rolex watch for the guy. And if you are about to give this ring to the businesswoman, then you have a little bit more responsibility on what to buy. Another very common question is how to save money buying the engagement ring. And over here, I want to give probably not the most popular answer. There is no such a thing as the great deals on the diamonds or gold or anything like that. If you hear such a thing, it's probably not a good deal. If you see the advertising of the specific store If you remember this, if you know the melody from the advertising, that's definitely not a good sign. You're not gonna get a good deal for sure. The best way to save money is to educate yourself. Spend a week, spend 2 weeks learning about the gold, about the diamonds, go through the blog. We have a great resources on YouTube right now. Watch my channel at the end of the day. There's lots of useful information there and gonna be way more. Not only you're gonna know what to buy and what it's worth, you also will be able to make much safer transaction. It would be much harder to make you buy something that it doesn't worth what they asking for. Keep in mind that in 2 weeks you're not gonna be a gemologist or you're not become a jeweler, but you would have enough knowledge to make very right decision. In a conclusion, I want to say again, do not follow the rules of 2 or 3 months salary or this kind of things. If you want to surprise your fiance and you don't want to know her about the upcoming proposal, then try to think through what she might expect. Try to figure out your budget, educate yourself, and go out there and see what's available. If you choosing the ring together, that's probably the optimal scenario, so you can sit down and talk it through and try to figure out like what is she or he expecting and what is your budget, how much you're willing to spend. And after you understand these two things, you can find a happy medium somewhere. And also remember that the best deals you're gonna be from the small shops, local jewelers. Another very common question, is the custom jewelry more expensive? The answer is very simple actually. If you go to Cartier or Tiffany and want them to create a custom engagement ring for you, yes, that's gonna be terribly expensive, that's for sure. If you go to the local jeweler who doesn't have the huge production, probably each and every ring gonna be a custom made piece. And in this case, you're gonna know exactly how much your gold costs, how much your diamonds cost. So that's a great way to save money as well. I just want to add that try to avoid the loans or credits or anything like that. Really take your time and educate yourself through the blogs, through the YouTube, maybe the books. It's a great thing to do for sure. I hope this information is very helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer. Shoot me an email if you're on the market for the engagement ring. Even if you're not buying from me, I would be happy to help you with your choice. And see you very soon on my channel. Thank you so much for watching.